Okay.
So hello, we are back. I'm going to share the Discord with you guys so that you can see actually what's going on in the map ban situation. Houkka is here on voice at the moment with me. So this is Truck Rambos. And Houkka, shall we go into the voice channel with the other casters so that they know immediately?
Very well.
Okay, so Houkka and me joined, so that we have now the banning from Houkka, and then I ban, and then Houkka picks, and I pick 2 maps, and then Houkka picks his last home map. So Houkka, it's you.
Alright, I think I'll get rid of the Regicide Fortress.
Regicide Fortress is out of the map pool. Ban Baradin. What is Baradin going to ban? I'm going to ban Golden Pit. So, home map Houkka number 1 will be
Necropolis.
oh. Home map from Baradin number 1 will be I think I'll do Hideout. And my second one comes up as a surprise that I have to choose now again. Oof. I think I'll take Cross. So 4 legs.
Alright.
And what is your second home map, Houkka?
Let's see here. I might go with the Nomad.
Go with the Nomad, alright. Houkka goes with the Nomad. So we got Arabia first, then we choose Acropolis, Hideout, Cross, or Nomad. We'll just tune down the music a little bit. And Chuck, you will get from me in Discord now the link to the draft, so you can show that in stream. Well, and I just switch away Discord and we're going to draft. And the draft is this here. Houkka will go first as soon as he goes ready. Houkka, are you ready? And Chagrembo,
yes.
Are you ready? Chuck, are you ready? Okay, we just go for that. Can also show it later. Okay, let's go.
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry. You just could tell us what you're picking on civilizations. That would be cool. We're gonna see it later, anyways.
Okay, so Hookah has just chosen Bulgarians. I have chosen Japanese and Saracens, and Hookah
Bulgarians.
is going to pick now his second and third civilizations.
Bulgarians are just the best, man. I love them.
Hookah has chosen Slavs now.
Slavs, okay. Interesting pick.
And the Mayans afterwards.
Okay. Very good.
I have opted for the Mongols and the Persian. Hookah's turn, fourth or fifth now, and fifth. He's chosen Cumans. And Saracens himself. Oh, baby. Ross. So I will choose Oh, I've chosen Turks. That was actually not my intention. I think it was randoming. It was randoming Turks. Well, that's the way it is. I got random the Turks and the Franks here. Last choice by Hookah now. I was watching too long. I was not deciding time. And Hookah opted for the Berbers. So that's finished. And so you can see it under the link that I just sent you. And I'm going to cut it off here. The browser action. And
So what was the password?
the password is Hookah.
Right.
And guys, we are leaving the channel now, and you guys have fun casting, and we try to play. So I have to... Oh. See the maps again. Propolis. I will go to Hmong hideout. Probably the Saracen. Those two. And the Turks I cannot use, so this was stupid by me. It was really a giveaway there. That was definitely not idea. And well, let's go. I think, do I go Persians here or do I go Persians? I go Frank. I'm familiar with them. And I'm less of a guy who counterpicks. I'm more the guy who is actually picking what he is comfortable with. Against Berbers. I expected that, to be honest. Camels. Oh, thinking that I go Frank. Oh, sorry, I have to. I'll kill the music in a second. Don't want to waste your time. And have to start licks. So, it's done. And I'm not looking at the chat. Also, please don't write anything in the chat that I should know if you have any information from other streams. I think becoming the best was correct here. That late game Houkka has also shown yesterday already what a beast he is in the late game. I like my map here fairly. It's alright. Can wall it fairly easily. Good. Found my sheep. And I have one boar and second boar I don't have. There it is. A little bit of idle time there. And I don't think we are going for scouts because that is exactly what you would expect. And this is a bad idea to go scouts when somebody really expects it, because at the moment it's just... This is just a big problem of that you will be walled. A bit early there. Only walling like this should make it safe enough. Moment. So you must be here somewhere.
Maro. Oe. Fait. Oil.
It was a bit risky, but managed to pull it off in the end. Seems to have a very nice wood line here. Also, this is the front wood line, so not ideal, but my wood, honestly, my wood sucks. Oh yeah, he wants to wall. There's probably already walled, so this is exactly what I mean with there is no sense in actually going for scout aggression here. Yeah, look at it. So I have to go super far to actually go for any kind of wood here. Definitely not ideal. Also not ideal with the sheep taking here. But... he has the loom, so he's up. Also has the faster villagers. Won't really challenge that. Maybe I should have even gone just for fast castle, honestly. Could have been near the better call. Like, this gold and this wood is absolutely horrible. He has a hill here, and slightly up earlier. Opting for stable. To go for scouts here, because I am open and he's not. Oh. Going to prepare this. Wanna see where this goes. Put some houses there. Okay, he has a spear and he has a scout. Nothing to range there. But good damage in. Should go for this wood line there. Sorry, I have to close. just a habit to look at the chat basically, so I should.
Oe. Oil. Bûcheron.
Also want to opt for a market as soon as I can.
Prêt. Kay. Serax. Bûcheron. Oe. Pastisor.
Sending the scout around.
Bûcheron. Pastisor.
It's an unusual game by me, but like he's walling so much and he's fearing so much my early aggression, which always comes in, that I hope he's just wasting more resources than I do on actually where I actually don't go for an early aggression. Just the calculation here. For one. Good. I'm up. And now we can actually do this, because I think we want to have something to deal with the camels later, and knights are just not going to play it. That is the thinking here. And we probably should even send someone stone, because those are... Again he got to tap in, what the hell? There's more puntos. Could be that he's not up, could be that he's doing military.
Bûcheron. Effet.
I need a lumber camp here. I hate my wood lines with a passion. It's like a few of the worst wood lines I have ever seen. And I also don't need so many on golds. This is an overdoing. If I want to go first, mainly pikes and maybe some castle. You know what? So
Bûcheron. Bûcheron.
my wood is really tight.
Bûcheron.
To get some more in here.
Bûcheron.
They're also definitely large. Okay, let's analyze the map. Like, this is a vulnerable position for him. And we want to exploit it at some point. I want to have a town center here, basically. I want to have a town center right here. And I want to go some pikes first, and I want to see what he does. Here is double stable. There was my scouts.
bûcheron. Pastissor, pastissor, pastissor. Fait, pastissor.
Just have enough
Kay,
to pull this off here. Yeah. And I definitely need scouts behind it. So we're just booming up at the moment, and I'm honestly fairly scared here. And I actually would really like to go and castle this hill here. It would be a dream.
pastissor.
Oh wow, who's open? Is open there? Now, this is not good because he gets now all the information that he wants.
Fait, minéo. Libé, oil. Kay, oil. Libé. Prêt. Pirax, oil. Pastissor.
And I would probably, I will also go
Fait,
a little monastery here
pastissor.
against the camels.
Kay, pastissor, pastissor. Prêt. Pirax. Libé. Pastissor. Oé, certes. Pastissor. Prêt. Pastissor.
Oh no, husks.
Fait. Pastissor. Kay, pastissor. Prêt. Pastissor.
À la bataille. Keya,
Pirax. Pastissor. Oil.
And I definitely now need some more on gold. Shouldn't do this, I should do this.
Oé. Kay, bûcheron. Pastissor. 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 Pastissor.
Okay, there's the camels and the knights. And there's my knight.
Oé. Pastissor. Kay,
Definitely shouldn't overchop here now.
pastissor. Qu'est fait?
So here's coming in there. Oh no.
Qu'est fait? Prêt.
A lot of problems coming in.
Prêt. Minéo. Qu'est fait? Certes. Pastissor. 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 Kay, vilain.
Livet.
Oe, Pastisso, Pastisso, Pastisso,
Prêt. Pastisso. Oe. Livet. Prêt. Vera. On y va à la bataille.
Oh, just passing.
Prêt. Vilain.
Kei, Verax. Oe, Verax.
Oel. Pastisso.
Kei, Pastisso,
Cueilleur. Serre. Prêt. Livet. Livet. Oyem. Serre. Livet.
Pepe, Pastisso,
Que fait? Livet.
What? They came out there? How? There's no way. Ah, probably they came from outside. Okay, I see.
Oe, Pré, Mineo, Pepe, Oil,
Prêt. Oyem. Livet. Livet. Oyem. Oyem. Livet.
I see.
Oyem. Livet.
Kei, Pastisso, Pastisso,
Que fait? Oyem. Livet. Oyem.
Pré, Pastisso,
Que fait? Oyem.
Oe,
29 idle, we have to fix that.
Cueilleur. Livet.
Kei,
À la bataille. Cueilleur. Prêt. Pastisso.
Oe, Pré, Libe, Pastisso, 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 Pastisso,
Prêt. Serre. Cueilleur. Livet.
Ah, yeah.
Que fait? Prêt. Oyem.
This comes now. Okay.
Libe, Pastisso, Pastisso,
Cueilleur. Serre. Que fait? Oyem. Livet. Serre. Livet. Cueilleur.
Killing my own units there.
Da. Livet. Que fait? À la bataille.
Oe, Vilain,
Cueilleur. Prêt. Que fait? Minéo. Prêt. À la bataille. Que fait? Livet.
Pepe, Libe, Kei, Oil,
Prêt. Minéo. Cueilleur. Pastisso. Oe. Pastisso.
Pepe, Verax, Pré, Pastisso,
Cueilleur.
Oe,
And now I hope the following happens.
Pastisso. Prêt. Oyem. Livet.
Kei,
I hope that it happens that he doesn't calculate with me going knights now.
Oyem.
Although maybe I shouldn't and actually go... I should actually go up.
Que fait? Livet. Cueilleur. À la bataille. Prêt. Livet. Livet. Livet.
Ah, he goes camel archers, alright.
À la bataille. Certes. Que fait? Prêt. Certes. Livet. Cueilleur.
They are not building? Oh, what the hell.
Prêt. Livet. Prêt. Livet. Cueilleur. À la bataille. Que fait? Prêt. Certes. Livet. Que fait? Livet. Cueilleur. Oyem. Que fait? Da. Prêt. Cueilleur. Livet. Que fait? Livet.
Oe, Libe, Pastisso, Pastisso, Pastisso,
Prêt. Cueilleur. Livet.
Okay, he has castles, I need the traps. And this.
Que fait?
Pepe, Pastisso, Pré,
Prêt. Livet. Cueilleur. Pepe. Mineo.
Pepe, Mineo, Kei, Pastisso, 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 Pré, Pastisso, Pré, Pastisso, Oe, Libe, Pastisso, 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 Pré, Pastisso, Oe, Libe, Kei, Pastisso, 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 Pré, Pastisso, Oe, Libe, Kei, Pastisso, 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 Pré, Pastisso, Oe, Libe, Kei, Pastisso, 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 Pré, Pastisso, Oe, Libe, Kei, Pastisso, 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 Pré, Pastisso, Oe, Libe, Kei, Pastisso, 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 Pré, Pastisso, Oe, Libe, Kei, Pastisso, 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 Pré, Pastisso, Oe, Libe, Kei, Pastisso, 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 Artisan. OE. Pastisseur.
Yeah, he takes quite a page out of Sylphid's playbook here.
Pastisseur.
This is complete waste. Yeah, he's pulling ahead now. This is exactly how probably most of the games go. He will turtle up and doesn't let me in, and afterwards I cannot do much. And I also don't have the upgrades. Stone money. Yeah, I need a castle here.
Pastisseur.
Doesn't have much against those. Oh, this is stupid. And I want to see where he has his production here, or whether he just ran it around. There's... I can take this. Just a little bit of army. Not too much on wood. So what he's going for cavalry and some archers, so I do think I actually have the right combination there. And I don't think that he actually be able to sustain an attack. The problem is I need also something to attack. We also need quite some more of those skirmishers. So I have definitely enough villagers. They will go for bombard cannons, it seems. Yeah, and those raids, this is the problem that I cannot do anything against those.
Prêt à la bataille. Que fais? Prêt. Oh yeah. Prêt à la bataille. Prêt. À son droit. Que fais? Oh yeah. L'hiver. Bataille.
Rastisor.
L'hiver. Oh yeah. L'hiver.
There's a relic.
Que fais?
I have to keep some around. Not too many, but some.
Oh yeah. L'hiver. Oh yeah. L'hiver.
And yeah, GG. I don't have any food ego and I didn't see it, and he just ran in. He is playing exactly like Sylphid. He's not just playing a little bit like Sylphid, he's playing exactly like Sylphid. He's spreading out around the map, building production buildings in the corner, and going. He had exactly the counterpick. I had a horrible map, and there was nothing I can do because I had to be fully walled all the time, and he just kept running. And he plays exactly like Sylphid, a one-to-one copy, and he has improved a lot there because it is a huge difference to what he played before, which was much more one-dimensional. And now, I don't know whether they trained or something like that, but he is basically doing an exact copy, turtling onto Castle Age, booming very good, and then spreading out on the map and going on the sides with cavalry and raidings and stuff, and then killing the ego. And there was basically, I don't think I actually did huge mistakes. The problem was really that I am outmatched here by the civilization, and this was simply that he could run around there, and I couldn't. I had that one point of aggression that I had to go for, just because it doesn't allow me to go with those knights or anything like it. I don't think that I did necessarily a big mistake there. I don't think that was the case. My eco was not rightly balanced. I should have had much more food, that is true, to just get earlier up into that. And I probably should have been walled much more. And it was always so bad because I could just advance a little bit to the next wood line because my wood was so bad that I didn't know where to wall so that I have actually safe wood, that I don't overchop constantly. And that was basically costing me the game, that overchop, because you just could kill field 80 vills. Yeah, I don't think we held up badly. It was mainly that I also think it costs me dearly that with this Turk random stuff, because he knows from every single map what I will go for, and that will be it. I don't necessarily think that we stand a great chance here, to be honest. And I have chosen what as a home map? Yeah, I seem to be very passive, Randy, because I knew he would just turtle, and every aggression that I do is completely futile because he will just turtle the hell out of it. And you can say Yeah, that's true. I didn't have a plan. Yeah, I didn't have a plan. I didn't really know how to approach this game because he was spreading, he was booming, he had all the right units easily accessible, and I didn't really know what to do with it. And the one aggression that I did was very futile because he just could basically, kill it with some mangonels there. I didn't really feel that I stood any chance this game because I didn't really know what my unit composition should be. I feel like he has better archers, he has better cav archers, he has janitors, so I can't go archers. He has camels, so I can't go knights, and he has camel archers, so I definitely can't go knights, and I also actually can't go really So I didn't really know what to go for. Like, throwing X-Men is not an option. Halberdier is not a long-term option. Knights is definitely not an option. The Siege was not an option against the Lightcav, so I really think Burbus counterpick Franks really, really hard. And yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, and it felt exactly like this. But yeah, I still say, yeah, maybe I should have simply committed in Castle Age to do an all-in ram push with pikes. That could have been a good idea to just go all in and really shred his eco. But the point is, I didn't really know how shall I, yeah, how shall I get really, really in there? Like, there was at one point where he was cavalry and I had mass pikes, where I had a time window there, but I don't think I could have broken him early. He is doing Dick Sylphid and just turtling so much that you cannot break in there as long as you don't go towers. Kind of, but he was also in my base, and it really distracted me. So let me see what is actually, I completely forget, like, it also like the casting me for, and it really drains me. To the point that I don't know really what I cannot remember, for the sake of God, what maps I chose. I don't. Yeah, he took that out of Xilfid's playbook, definitely. Like, this is something right there.
Yes.
Yeah, and he also has the better light cav, right? Like, I cannot match the light cav with my light cav, because he also has the better light cav. Hideout. So yeah, it's really obvious for him which Civ I go for what, because of the Turk stuff. But that's the way it is, and we're going to deal with it, and we're going to try our very best here. So the aim is to take one game of him. One game.
نعم بناءة مستعدة باحثة عن الطعام. نعم باحثة عن الطعام. مستعدة باحثة عن الطعام. أمر مستعدة. نعم باحثة عن الطعام. أمر باحثة عن الطعام. مستعدة بناءة.
So with the obsidian, like, if he gets to his archers, it's really tough. Might be that we have to opt into the siege slots, like siege onagers, for example. And I don't know yet what we do against. We have the champions and we have full blacksmith, so it might be that we go into the champion line against the affected eagles later into the game, if we get to that.
صياد أمر حسن
نعم سيدة
حسن نعم حسن خطاب صياد أمر صياد
أمر بناءة
There he is.
مستعدة حيفة عن الطعام نعم سيدة
مستعد بناء
مستعدة بناءة
The question is, do we go for a fast castle? We are fairly far from each other, so
أمر سيدة مستعدة
could be a good idea.
عن الطعام نعم صحيح أمر سيدة نعم سيدة نعم حسنا
A bit early.
أمر
سأفعل مستعدة سيدة نعم حسنا نعم صحيح سيدة مستعدة أمر سيدة نعم سأفعل صحيح حطابة
Don't see a single relic yet.
مستعدة سيدة
نعم صياد بناء
أمر
أهلا ألو
مستعدة سيدة نعم بناءة
I think I forgot to produce Willstick quite a while. Yeah, you can tell, like I'm not on top of my game. Feels like.
مستعد
نعم أمر
So those should be
نعم
4.
سيدة
نعم باحث عن الطعام حطاب
5.
أهلا باحث عن الطعام
أمر باحثة عن الطعام
أمر بناء
Going for a fast castle.
بناء مستعد بناء سأفعل نعم
If aggression comes in, I expect the aggression from here, so I want to cut this off because there's my main gold.
أمر حطاب
مستعدة بناءة
Actually, we have Saracens.
نعم مستعدة
أهلا نعم حسنا صحيح سأفعل حسنا حطاب
Did 2 relics until now. Going to be a bit greedy here without any loom.
أمر
I hope that he doesn't go for feudal aggression.
بناءة
نعم سأفعل بناء
مستعدة بناءة
أمر
أمر
مستعد حطاب أمر
There's going to be a blacksmith here in the market here.
نعم حطاب
He's going for the same build, I think.
بناء
Finish the plan.
بناء مستعد بناء أمر نعم حطاب صحيح. بناء.
نعم حسنا. حطابة.
أهلا. حطاب.
مستعدة. مزارعة.
Up.
أمر. حطاب. بناء.
أمر.
Question is now really, what is he doing? Like, is he going for a castle drop? What's the plan for him?
نعم حطابة. بناءة. بناءة.
We need to get our archers ready.
مستعدة. نعم حسنا. سأفعل. مزارعة. نعم باحثة عن الطعام. صحيح.
I wanna wall this here, okay?
بناءة. بناءة.
They want those 2 gold.
أمر. سأفعل. حسنا. مستعدة. بناء. بناءة.
مستعد. حطاب.
This is eager. To the scout, no warrior.
نعم. نعم. بناءة. بناءة.
أهلا. سأفعل. حطاب.
Okay, 2 archery ranges, going archers. So we wanna really go
أمر. حسنا.
we really want to go into a mangonel here as well. And also some skirmishes. A bit later with the crossbow we should be fine here.
مستعد. نعم.
Oh, he has something there.
نعم. أمر. صحيح. بناءة.
What did he have there? There's a spear. Yeah, the archers.
نعم. بناءة. بناءة.
نعم. مستعد. بناء.
أمر. مستعدة. بناءة.
بناء. ألو.
أمر. حسنا. بناءة.
نعم. أمر. عامل منجم.
مستعد. نعم. سأفعل. الهجوم. نعم. نعم. هجوم. حسنا. نعم. حسنا. سأفعل. أمر. حسنا. نعم.
مستعدة.
نعم. سأفعل. نعم. مستعد. أمر. سأفعل. حسنا. نعم. سأفعل.
Now we go scorpions, I think.
مستعد.
Come on.
مستعد. نعم. بناء. عامل منجم. أمر. بناء.
نعم. بناءة.
نعم. حسنا.
أهلا. ألو. عامل منجم.
نعم. مستعد.
مستعدة. بناءة.
نعم. حسنا. مستعد. نعم.
أمر. صحيح.
Second time house, not good.
مستعد.
نعم مستعد صحيح عاملة منجم
Said it in the game before, it's not a good idea to go like this with just one villager to build houses. I didn't agree then with it, and I don't agree now with it. I did it. So, not clever, Mr. Baradin.
بناءة
مستعد نعم مستعد
أمر بناء.
نعم
So now we need like 12 at least on food, at least to construction up. We have far less.
مستعد
Let's have the scorpions.
مستعدة
عامل من بناء.
What is it? It's housing.
أهلا حسنا بناء.
مزارعة مستعدة
Also constant no wood.
مزارعة
Enough wood upgrade.
أمر بناء.
نعم بناءة
مستعد نعم مستعد أمر نعم أمر نعم مستعد نعم نعم مستعد نعم نعم مستعد نعم نعم حسن نعم نعم نعم
مستعدة بناءة
مستعد نعم مستعد نعم أمرك نعم مستعد أمرك هجوم نعم نعم حسن نعم حسن القتال مستعد الهجوم نعم حسن هجوم نعم حسن نعم نعم حسن القتال نعم الهجوم نعم نعم الهجوم هجوم نعم حسن نعم نعم حسن نعم 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 حسن نعم نعم
That didn't go too well. It was not done here.
مستعد نعم نعم أمر حسن نعم سأفعل حسن نعم هجوم حسن نعم 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 حسن نعم حسن الهجوم نعم القتال نعم سأفعل هجوم نعم حسن نعم سأفعل نعم الهجوم حسن نعم هجوم نعم حسن القتال حسن
I don't have universal ballistics yet. This is going to end very badly.
بناء.
This is exactly the state of game that we didn't want to have.
مستعدة حسنا بناءة سأفعل صحيح
أهلا.
Yeah, and I'm sending them out there and they die one on one.
نعم صحيح
صحيح. مستعدة. حسنا. بناءة.
أمر. نعم.
أمر بناء.
نعم. سأفعل.
مستعد. بناء.
And those are now here.
بناءة.
It's going to be bad. He's obsidian up. He's obsidian arrows.
نعم. مزارع.
أمر. نعم. الهجوم. نعم. نعم. أمر. هجوم. هجوم. مستعد. نعم. نعم. الهجوم.
The nice bada booms.
نعم. الهجوم.
We'll probably repair that instead of going forward.
مستعدة. أفعل. بناءة. بناءة. مرممة. بناءة.
أمر. سأفعل. نعم. سأفعل. مستعد. هجوم. نعم. مستعد. سأفعل.
أمر.
Ah, this shit again.
مستعدة. بناءة.
نعم. نعم. أمر. مستعد. أمر. حسن. نعم. نعم.
At least he's losing more than I do.
نعم. صحيح.
We have to get barracks up.
بناءة.
أهلا. نعم. بناء.
And we really have to get a food eco up.
بناء. بناء. بناء.
صحيح. حطابة. بناءة. بناءة. بناءة.
Yeah, he's going full egos now. This is going to be the big switch. And it would be very kind if you guys would not just stand around, they would actually do something for the money you don't get.
أمر. بناءة.
بناء.
نعم. مزارعة. مستعدة. مزارعة.
أمر. بناء. بناء.
أمر. بناءة.
مستعد. نعم. حسنا. بناء.
I still don't have that upgrade.
أهلا.
مستعدة.
خطاب. بناء. بناء. مزارع.
أمر. عاملة منجم. مزارعة.
نعم. مزارع. أهلا. مرمم. ألو.
مستعد. الهجوم. أمر. نعم. أفعل.
أمر. مرمم.
مستعد. نعم. حسن. أمر. سأفعل. نعم.
نعم. بناءة.
نعم. حسنا. حسنا. بناء.
نعم. هجوم. نعم. سأفعل. نعم. سأفعل. نعم.
مستعد.
مستعدة. بناءة. بناءة. بناءة.
أهلا. مرمم.
أمر. نعم. أفعل. هجوم. حسن. نعم. نعم. الهجوم. نعم. مستعد. مستعد. نعم. حسن. نعم. أمر. حسن.
أمر. أهلا. خطاب. ألو. بناء. 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 مستعد. بناء.
مستعد. أمر. سأفعل. حسن. الهجوم. نعم. أفعل. مستعد. أمر. نعم.
That is stupid. Didn't do that.
نعم. صحيح. بناء.
أمر. نعم. نعم. أمر. حسن. نعم. حسن. مستعد. أفعل. مستعد. حسن.
أهلا. ألو.
مستعدة. بناءة. بناءة. بناءة.
مستعد. أمر. نعم. نعم.
أمر. نعم. صحيح. حسنا. بناء
مستعد الهجوم
نعم مرمم
مستعد الهجوم نعم حسن نعم أمر سأفعل نعم سأفعل نعم سأفعل هجوم سأفعل قتال سأفعل نعم سأفعل أمر حسن نعم
The castle he wants to build there.
حسن الهجوم حسن نعم سأفعل نعم سأفعل نعم القتال سأفعل هجوم
مستعد
نعم مستعد نعم سأفعل أمر مستعد
Yeah.
عاملة منجم. نعم. بناءة.
أمر نعم
نعم. بناءة.
Not enough gold.
نعم مزارع بناء 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 بناء
مستعد نعم حسن مستعد أمر نعم حسن مستعد نعم
Ah, yeah, this shit begins now.
مستعد بناء
مستعد نعم أمر مستعد نعم أمر حسن
أهلا صحيح بناء
نعم مستعد أمر نعم مستعد
أمر بناء بناء
His Imperial Age, not even close.
نعم مستعد 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 نعم مستعد نعم نعم مستعد نعم نعم
مستعد. نعم. أمر سأفعل. بناءة.
أمر مستعد نعم
مستعد بناء
نعم. بناءة.
بناء
بناءة.
مستعد نعم نعم مستعد هجوم نعم حسن مستعد
أمر نعم بناء بناء أهلا صحيح سأفعل أمر نعم حسنا بناء بناء
نعم مستعد نعم مستعد حسن
عامل نعم مستعد نعم أمر أهلا
مستعد نعم 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 مستعد حسن
Yeah, I can't stand against this army. Of course, he's this imp. Why am I running in there?
نعم حسن نعم
نعم. بناءة.
بناء نعم بناء أمر بناء أهلا
There are days when you feel like your ego just doesn't move. Oh, yeah, this is gone, this position.
نعم عامل من
Just
نعم
retreat.
صحيح
مستعد
أهلا ألو سأسنى مزارع
This position is gone indeed.
مستبناء
مستعدة. حربة.
أهلا ألو أمر نعم حطاب
أمر حسنا.
Don't know, where's my third gold? Do I not have a third gold? Don't have a third. Oh, it's not there.
نعم بناء
صحيح نعم سأفعل
Oh, we've taken most of the relics.
نعم نعم حسنا
نعم نعم حسن نعم أمر مستعد حسن أمر مستعد نعم نعم أمر مستعد حسن نعم نعم حسن
I cannot fight this, and I don't know what I shall do now. I can just do skirms and this. This is what I can do. And then I have to also build houses.
نعم.
Yeah, anyway, just serving. Oh, that was not intended.
نعم. أمر بناءة. بناءة.
أهلا.
مستعدة للمنجم. صحيح. بناءة.
Didn't you see that? And we need, it's an onager. Onagers. 100 more. And we need some more production buildings. Yeah, I'm still being housed. This is the story of the game, is I'm being housed. And I'm out of wood. But to be fair, I'm out of everything, so that's just fair. Yeah, the onager got just cancelled there. That's great. Yeah, he switched back, so all my attack is basically useless. And this is... I have so many resources, but I cannot use them because I don't have production buildings. Of course. Fuck you. What is with the hotkeys, please? Ah, yeah. Yeah, but I'm getting housed all the time. This is GG. I'm sorry for putting up such a bad fight. Like, I'm not putting up a fight at all, it feels. I push a little bit, but he is then on the other side, and I feel super one-dimensional, and I go for the counter unit, and then obviously he goes for the counter to that counter unit, and I'm just so slow to react, and I also feel that I'm constantly housed, I'm constantly without resources, and it is really triggering, and I am sorry for the bad performance, but this game explains itself. So, yeah. So, it is cross time. I would really like to put up more of a fight, but I feel I can't. I also feel like you want to go archers with the Saracens on hideout, and Mayans is again the perfect counter for that. So it's the second time that I feel I'm getting countered really, really hard. Fuck off, man. Sorry for language. Please, game. Don't crash. Okay. Yeah, this is exactly the issue. I have lost this already in my mind. Sorry for the overlay. What you meant with Baradin blind? Yeah, I mean, I've been Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah, but Hookah, the problem is that you count. I feel like you counterpicked me now 2 times, and yeah, the problem is my plan died 2 times when I saw the enemy civ, and basically because the Mayans are better at the archer production, which is basically my plan, the feudal aggression, Saracen archers, crossbows. And probably I should have gone all in 1 TC and crossbows with scorpions there. The problem is then how do I counter the eagles, really? So yeah. Hookah, don't give me pity talk, please. Like, that's the worst. So oh, thanks, Hadiraya. I guess it's depending on the perspective. So I got Japanese or Persians here. I think I'm going to opt for Persians. And oh, sorry, I didn't update the score. I'm sorry about that. It's 2-0 for Hookah at the moment. And Persians. This is like the first map where I feel like I have really a choice between Persians and Japanese, and I hope that he is expecting Japanese here. But the difference of playing on stream and playing off stream is also reassuring. Like, against becoming the best, I would like completely focus as well. And I could like do this comeback on arena. Doesn't feel like it today. But we will see. We will see. Maybe Persians turns it around. Because we also turned it around against becoming the best game. Against Slavs.
سلام معمار آری معمار
Didn't I just tell him that pity talk really is the worst? Like, I don't need pity talk. I've lost tournaments and games before all the time, and Hookah is a great player. So I'm not even scared of losing against Hookah. I'm already surprised that I won against Becoming the Best, to be fair, because I lost before to him very hard. And here we are going, we are trying against Slavs. So Slavs is not a particular hybrid civ, and what we are trying here is go into a fish boom and then actually try to go very gold heavy into some knights, crossbows, or knights with some siege, and to deal with his helps like this. Just see. Found my two balls. Good. They are. Ah, there we have.
آری معمار چوب برد آری علوف جمع کن
So that will be the plan here. Let's see. And next one goes to on.
سلام معمار
Now we send two more to. Good, actually. After the boar, of course. After the boar. After the. Ah.
آماده سلام
This is a good base. We have two deep fish in there.
علوف جمع سلام صحیح
Maybe not ideal to slaughter the sheep, but it's better than actually going idle there.
آماده سلام علوف جمع آری 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 صحیح شکارچی
So there's an amount of
سلام معمار چوب برد
there is an amount of idle time that you just really don't want when scoring. Okay, we got 6 now, rest goes good. Is coming in, and one dedicated house builder basically, because like one underestimates constantly this housing danger, and I always keep forgetting it that really. Oh, 3 deep fish around it. That's actually glorious. I like it. So there's Hunt here, so it should be around. Wait. So 30 is fine. Should go up to something like 5. And that is not a great, but not super used to the hybrid map build orders, so. No. What are you doing?
سلام علوف جمع کن سلام آری شکارچی آماده آری صحیح سلام شکارچی
Hey, fire! Fire.
آری علوف جمع شکارچی سلام علوف جمع کن
Maybe a bit much. There's a house. Two villagers going berries here. And this. Oh, where he is. Across is very open, so that is something that I really want to use. I think we're going to send some more.
شکارچی
Yep. Bit greedy here without the loom, but I don't think he is fast, or at least I hope. And after this war, we're going to send basically all of those
علوف جمع کن آماده آری علوف جمع کن سلام علوف جمع کن آماده
over to wood. Again, no great wood lines for me. Second game in a row. And some will go on gold. You will keep producing and fishing. No, we want to go for something else.
سلام سلام چوبو آری مدنچی آری
Won't be ideal. We need a second one here to actually get barracks up in time. I don't wall. Seems a bit odd, but it's so open. I think it's more waste of resources, honestly, and I actually wanna those resources. Actually, we don't do this. Just going to fire on. And the next villager will go to the next pond. Stop. Pond as well. Now we can do this. See his map now. He also doesn't have great wood lines, so maybe let's give it in. And there we have it. This is really crucial that our river house there was really bad. Something I really need to fix about my game. I want to wall it there. Just hold have it everywhere. Do we want to maybe use just a little bit? Also one more dog to store. And yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
سلام علوف جمع کن سلام آری صحیح آری 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 معمار معمار آری معمار آماده آماده آری سلام معمار معمار
Oh, he has the spears here. Bad.
سلام آری
Turn around.
معمار
Right.
آماده صحیح معمار
Probably very walled. Quick walls. He's open there. No! Oh, the scout movement. Oh, the scout movement. That was
سلام
triggering.
آماده صحیح معمار معمار
Now what we could actually do. Oh, this we could. Now it's big.
سلام معمار
So yeah, this one villager he got, so thanks for the donation.
سلام میکنم معمار
And shouldn't have here not that villager.
آری
آری صحیح.
We could go for stone now.
سلام میکنم معمار.
Castle drop. Right here. A lot of spears. A lot of spears. How do we react? Think. React with
آماده.
going forward, building terrain like here.
معمار سلام
Get some villagers and talent.
معمار آری میکنم معمار سلام آری صحیح معمار آماده معمار
Yes.
سلام معمار معمار
After we need the blacksmith.
آری صحیح. سلام گل.
No.
آری معمار. آماده. معمار. آری معمار.
آماده آری صحیح میکنم معمار صحیح معمار آری صحیح میکنم معمار صحیح معمار آری آماده
Okay,
معمار
send those four back. And we need, no, we need to have enough for the castle. Stop. Castle right.
آری
Like right here on the relic. Next to the pond.
معمار
I don't know. I know it's not threatening any resources, but I somehow like the position there.
آماده
I guess we don't like it there.
صحیح آری
آماده حمله
صحیح آری صحیح آری
فرمان
آماده سلام معمار
Sorry, I have to
آری
get on that. So yeah, side there at least. Good.
آری حمله
Those.
سلام
Those.
معمار.
Then
فرمان
continue those because we
آری میکنم
have tech advantage. Did I build a blacksmith? No, I didn't. Huh?
معمار.
آری
And I really want to get one villager forward, and it will be this one
Sorry,
that actually
Nemo.
builds.
فرمان بجنگی حمله بجنگی حمله بجنگی حمله
آماده. معمار.
آری معمار
All those villagers.
معمار صحیح معمار
This may be a little bit too few here.
آری صحیح معمار
Maybe it is too few. It's just a guess, but it could be.
آماده. معمار.
سلام
سلام صحیح.
Okay, he has this here.
آماده صحیح معمار
We definitely want to have one fire galley here. Okay, that fire villager has been taken out there.
آری صحیح آری میکنم آماده آری سلام معمار صحیح
آماده معدنچی آری آماده
Need to
صحیح
go to the gold
آری
here. Come on. Can you please give me some wood? Okay, the wood. Just
آری
Sorry.
چوب برد
Spade. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
آری
آری آری
آماده
سلام معمار
آری آری می کنم فرمان آماده
I'm going to switch to camels just
معمار
due to the fact that he is going knights. Could be a good idea. I definitely don't want him to do anything.
آماده صحیح معمار
One of his main eco points.
آری معمار
So we're definitely going to castle that.
آری می کنم صحیح
I'm getting attacked.
آماده فرمان
سلام معمار
آماده فرمان آری آماده
آماده معمار
آماده صحیح آری معمار معمار معمار
فرمان آری آماده فرمان آری
There's a castle there.
آری
Now the set itself up to and go for Hero Age then.
سلام معدنچی
Collecting the food.
سلام
فرمان آری آری آماده فرمان آماده آری کنم فرمان
Have to
آری
go around, yeah? And up. Units. And it's basically empty, yeah? So we have to change
آماده فرمان
that.
آماده
Fine. Perhaps you can say.
آماده فرمان آری
آری
آماده آری
Don't have any upgrades. This is basically my downfall.
فرمان آری 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 بجنگی آری کنم آری کنم آماده آری آماده فرمان آماده
Fish here, huh?
آری فرمان آری آماده فرمان آماده میکنی آری حمله فرمان جنگی میکنی کنم فرمان آری کنم آماده
Yes? Right.
فرمان آماده
Work.
آری 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 میکنی فرمان حمله آری کناری آماده
Yeah.
آری آری سلام صحیح آری صحیح آماده آری صحیح آری
That's ballsy.
آری صحیح معدن معدنچی
سلام.
So we need something effective against the pikemen.
آماده.
Something effective against the pikemen. I think we have to opt into the commander and archers. Yeah. He must have eco somewhere. He must have eco somewhere. And we have 400 food. Do this. Then we will lose position and then we will pass. Okay. But must have eco somewhere. Although to be fair, we are also not having a lot of eco. We just have 50 builds, so this is
آماده ما
could be even that the cavalry even
آماده.
counts in there.
سلام.
آری
می‌خواهی
آماده
آری.
So now,
سلام
آه.
معدنچی چوب برد
سلام. معمار.
because yeah, he destroyed obviously my castles, which is why. Oh yeah, all good. Nice.
آری آماده معمار
آماده. صحیح.
فرمان آری آری
آری
فرمان آری
Problem is really mainly in-house, and I just seem to cannot fix it today.
سلام. آماده. معمار.
آماده آری آماده فرمان آری آماده آری می‌آری کنه فرمان آری آری آماده آری آری کنه فرمان آری کنه فرمان آری کنه آری کنه بجنگی حمله آری کنه آری می‌آری آماده جنگی آری کنه حمله آری کنه
Oh god,
آری آری
what's the range on this thing?
حمله فرمان کنه آری کنه آری آری کنه آری 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 آری
What? Oh, I don't have the commander on tech?
آری
Didn't it get through?
معمار
Oh no.
آماده
This could be it. This could be the game. If this didn't get through.
آری کنه فرمان کنه آری میکنه
Aye, aye, aye.
آماده آری معدنچی
And why do I have so many idols?
صلاحی معدنچی
سلام. آری. آری. معدنچی.
آماده آری آری میکنه فرمان آری آری بجنگی فرمان آری آری حمله حمله
آماده. سلام.
So many resources again.
آری
So little that I'm spending on.
آماده معدنچی معمار آری معمار
آماده. آری. آری. صحیح. معمار.
آماده آری کنه بجنگی آری کنه آری میکنه آماده آری کنه آری 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 حمله آری کنه آری کنه آری کنه
سلام آری آماده چوبور معمار
Those are standing around this since forever. I really want to raise. Let's try to be annoying. Let's try to be a little bit more hookah.
آری چوبور
It's just such a shame that this didn't get through. I really need that caster.
سلام
We need that caster for that commander run tech there.
آماده
I want to put it too much forward actually.
آماده صحیح معمار چوبور معمار
سلام معدنچی معمار
آماده معمار
آری چوبور
سلام
Let's hope our faster working TC can actually help us here with the blunder that we put ourselves in. At least he cannot advance, but what is he going for? It's barracks. Barracks and some archery ranges. For this, because against the archers he wants to do skirmishes. So, what do we do against trash? Well, we have just long swords. That's not a good idea. But what we also have is actually hand cannoneers. Oops, that one, this one, and also still one of those. Didn't go through. This is like so unfortunate. And I want to have one idle villager. I had so many of them. I'm pretty sure I have them. Just go for some rams and just put them in there so that he has to spread. You don't want to have help having. Oh.
آماده معمار آری معمار
فرمان آری میکنم آری میکنم آماده آری بجنگی آری کنم آری کنم آری میکنی آری حمله میکنم حمله آری کنم آری حمله آری فرمان بجنگی آماده آری کنم حمله
سلام
فرمان آری کنم حمله آری کنم
Need Someone.
معمار آری آماده تعمیرکار
Pretty sure he finished booming.
فرمان آری آماده آری حمله آری کنم بجنگی آری آری کنم
Oh, now this is definitely time for this one. Here it goes.
آماده.
آری چوبور
I have no one on gold. That's a problem. And what I also want is not just people on.
سلام
معدنچی کنم. معمار.
فرمان حمله آری کنم حمله آری بجنگی آری میکنی
Yes, manganese. One of those.
آماده آری فرمان آماده آری
Over here, he doesn't have a castle there.
آری
آماده.
آری چوبور
And we should definitely also secure this area here.
تعمیرکار
آماده
Those will
حمله
just up. Those will try to back here. See where he is. Gold, put it there.
آری
Didn't take this gold yet.
آری کنم آری
We were lucky there. Show you that.
فرمان میکنم آری آماده آری میکنم
سلام آماده معمار
معدنچی.
سلام سلام آری
آماده. معمار. آماده. معمار. معدنچی. معمار.
آری میکنی فرمان آماده میکنم
سلام
One bomber cannon.
آری تعمیرکار
سلام.
آماده معمار
فرمانی میکنم آری آری کنم آری
Guys, at least we have a game on our hands.
آماده
Definitely have a game on our hands.
فرمان
Even if I should lose this, I should even be proud that we managed. What did I see here? Boya?
میکنم آری میکنم آری فرمانی آری میکنم
See a Boya here?
میکنی فرمان آماده آری میکنم آری 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 کنم آری 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 فرمان آری کنم آماده میکنی کنم فرمان آری فرمان آری کنم آماده آری کنم آری آری کنم فرمان آری آماده آری کنم آری کنم آری آری میکنی آماده آری آری فرمان آماده آری میکنی آری فرمان جنگی
Maybe you should have finished those. Well,
سلام مدنچی معمار
فرمان آری میکنم آری آری آماده حمله فرمان آری جنگی آماده آری فرمان آری کنم حمله آماده فرمان جنگی آماده
oh, that's not a good idea. Oh, does he have? No, 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 no. You don't. That was maybe not the best idea I ever had. You don't convert my siege, please. Oh wow, what a range, man.
آماده شکارچی سلام آری مدنچی
سلام چوب برد آماده معمار آری تعمیر
فرمان حمله آری فرمان آری فرمان آماده حمله فرمان آماده آری آماده آری آری فرمان آری جنگی
سلام تعمیر کار
آماده فرمان آری آری فرمان جنگی
Now I got your monks.
حمله
Actually, this is not a great idea. I need this for the seed. Continue ways. No, 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 no. You don't take my combat cannons,
آماده کنم معمار
sir.
آری کنم فرمان آری کنم
I really need to check. Yeah, he is here now.
آماده
Must be here again. Yeah, I see already.
آری صحیح آماده معمار سلام معمار
آری آماده کنم فرمان بجنگی حمله آماده فرمانی کنم آری آری حمله آماده بجنگی
سلام آماده صحیح
سلام.
برد
آری آری دور
آری فرمانی میکاری آماده فرمان
Okay, we're going in somewhere else.
آماده آری فرمان
this is taking too long and too much resources to actually be effective. And we're going to destroy first is monastery, and we are going to destroy his docks here, because this is where all his resources are.
آماده سلام معمار
آماده آری
آری آماده معماری معمار
سلام آری صحیح معمار آماده میکنم معمار سلام معمار معمار آماده معمار
آری آماده
سلام.
آری میکنم معمار
So finally, got it. Let's get in here.
آماده معمار معمار آری معمار
Now, kill this. Very well done. Oh, he has the onager. That's the problem.
آری
Oh,
آری معمار
cannot approach here any further. So we send them back here. And I need more production building.
معمار
Wow, he has a lot of light power.
آماده میکنم
آری
سلام معمار آماده دوکو صحیح
It looks actually like a fight we're losing. This is obviously too many.
آری معمار معمار
Ah, I also don't have the upgrades, so that is a big blunder. This is why I have been far less effective than I should have been. Let's go here. Let's hope. Build the dumper.
آماده معمار
صحیح معمار
No, we shouldn't go for this.
آماده معمار سلام آری
آری معدنچی
آری میکنم آری آماده آری کنم
Do anything. But at least
سلام آماده معدنچی
فرمان آری بجنگی آری آری
I hope his food is running out. So, are you not entertained? Want to go okay. Put up some cannon. Are you not?
سلام چوب برد معمار
Over here, we're going to raid his wood, because that is also something definitely relies on with We are taking a game, boys. We are taking a game of the guy. That's picnic. Let's see whether he is again here. I think he is. Now, take more and more of the map. So becoming the best. The later it goes, more Houkka will wreck. Set. They are the 4 oranges. Oh, that helps with it. So we can go in here, and I think we can kill the oranges. Castle was well placed. Sorry for occasionally not talking enough, but you might see that I'm a bit busy, yeah? And now it's going for the dogs, because that is his last food resource. Not even that. Where does he even have resources? Still not all the upgrades. Like, I was so late into the game and I don't have all the upgrades. Embarrassing. Oh no, there comes another wave, Houkka. Don't worry. You don't have to run right yet. Also go to the market. Market can be a very... Oh, you know what? I might want to have, like, where do I have some... I want to go here and check here. I want to see really everything, but he possibly could be
آماده آری معمار
فرمان
It must be GG, right?
آری حمله
There's drops to die. And
آری معمار معمار سلام آری آماده معمار آری معمار
فرمان آماده آری آماده فرمان آری
آماده
آماده
I don't have enough for one more task.
آری معمار
Put it right here, and this is our stand, our final stand we're going to take.
آری حمله آری آماده
Can't have wood anymore. Can't have anything anymore.
فرمان آری
So he's
آماده
cockroaching, I think. I'm just throwing away so many units. I think the points are deceiving. Oi, oi, oi. Did he have... No, he didn't have any eco anymore. Yeah, he didn't have wood, he just had some food. Phew. Oh, hello, survivalist. I'm just reading your remarks right now. So, Baradin's got us now. He probably wrote like an hour ago. Cavalry was a throw because I thought there was no gold left on the map. GG indeed. Yeah, that was. I hope it was entertaining to watch. In 6 barrack and get halberdiers. That was the case, like when he was going into that heavy light cav switch, right? I always thought, okay, my cavalry is better than his cavalry if I finally would have the upgrades. And the problem is that his halberdiers are better than mine, so I never opted into the infantry there. There was... I don't know whether it was the right call, but what made you think that cavalry was a throw earlier, by the way? Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah. And I see. You thought there was no gold anymore. Yeah, there was still. Fortunately, there was some gold. And now was like this map was really depleted, and there was still this gold that I could take and that I controlled, so I still had even gold left. But yeah. Oh man, please take a quick break and come into the Discord for a second. Okay, I will take a quick break, guys. I will go for some music, and I think it. This game was the first game we really felt a serious is going on. I have one new request. Somebody wants to be my friend. Jack wants to be my friend. Hello, I have a friend. Okay, guys. In the meantime, you can actually try to find the follow button. It was a very entertaining game. Moral has been restored, indeed. Nice, definitely. Houkka, very well played. You were cockroaching really bad there, and there was a time when I was really down in eco when I thought, oh my god, this will be it. This will be it. Now he rolls over me, unfortunately. I think the Persian speed of the TCs just brought me back into it. And also that, like, there were so many things in this game. Like the commander run tech not coming through. The techs for Hussar, the upgrades for Hussar, and the defense upgrades for the crossbow not being there. There were so many things that were really, really hard. You're not fighting, his helps with your helps. Yeah, okay, true. Yeah, there were so many things in this game, but yeah, I did commander run in the castle that got killed just in time, and I thought it got through, and then I had to rebuild the goddamn castle. And this castle here by Houkka, this castle cost me so... That castle nearly cost me the game on this hill. And I should have done a castle just here. And just cockroach there with my bombard cannons and stuff. And yeah. Yeah, me too, Hookah. Definitely, and well deserved. We're going to do a 3-minute break, and you guys, afterwards, we are going to go into probably a little interview in Discord. So, guys, stay tuned, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Oh man. So, let me. Okay, guys. So I'm going in the Discord. Nerd. That I should have come over there.
Welcome, Baradin.
Hello.
Hi.
Whoa, man! It's like we're just sitting there still with open jaws.
Oh yeah, that was a rough one. Look at the KD, man. Oh yeah, that was a rough one.
Wait a minute, I have to mute the chat now because I'm actually already. So I mute to stream. So we're clear now. I'm sorry.
Fine.
Whoa, man.
So we were kind of concerned. You guys had really long lumber camps. You had a lot of idols. You kept leaving people in TCs. We were wondering if you guys wanted a break for like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I have to say, like, in the beginning, I was in a worse state than now. Like, in the end, I think I really got the groove back that I actually need to play Age of Empires.
Okay.
And, like, in the end, I was, like, constantly producing. I was constantly pop-capped. I was having a feeling I have an overview over the map. And actually, like, I know exactly where he is and he cannot be anywhere else. And I'm not missing anything. And that was something that was really important for me, just moral-wise. Because the first two games, in my opinion, were devastating.
Yes, in the first two games, obviously, Houkka was quite dominant, yes. And I thought you, like, in the second game, at the end, you kind of lost your, let's put it like that, motivation. So you dropped it a little bit. And in this game, it was like really, we were having like 20 viewers in the stream right now, watching your game, and it was really exciting for them actually, and they were just wondering what's happening there, because like we know Houkka very well and we know you quite well as well, and the performance on both sides and how they were like mixing up those kind of unit composition. At one point, like, don't get me wrong, or we were just joking, you know, that like we thought like Houkka would have had like his little sister play, and he tells her what to do or something, because that was like it was like both players like grinding, you know, it's like grinding, a nerf grinding match here. I mean, and
Houkka sent in the chat that his wood was terrible. I scouted your wood and I scouted my wood, Houkka, and my wood was exactly as terrible as yours. It was absolutely bullshit. And I had wood in the back, and that probably was really good. And you just had wood to the side, so there was a big difference right there, and that I admit. So that your wood there was really bad.
Baradin, you had by far the better map, both against Darkguard.
Your map was...
Yeah.
Okay.
Houkka had one safe wood, and the others were 20 or 30 tiles away and on hills, and it was awful. I considered asking for adminry because of it.
Yeah, I was also wondering if we should have asked for an adminry for Houkka for that map, but... Because he only had one wood line, and then far away resource, and you had a safe... Like, your pawn was closer, and you could have done like one wall, and that pawn would have been yours. No questions asked. You had 2 wood lines at the back next to the pawn in your corner.
But would you do the same?
Like 3 houses.
But I don't think that's an admin read. That's a normal read. One can ask for a read there, but it's not an admin read.
Well, you should.
I don't know. Maybe I should have seen it because I didn't really see it.
He couldn't wall his base. He didn't have anywhere to wall. He had to wall across the entire map to get the wall. Or rather, from lake to lake, he had to make a wall from lake to lake without any wood lines or anything in between. So,
okay, if you said like, I don't think it is an admin read because it is a bad map roll. I see that, but I also had like the first game. I had a terrible map. I had no safe wood whatsoever, and that would also not be an admin read.
You kind of did, but you built your lumber camp in the wrong spot the first game. You built it at the closest wood, but you built it on the wrong side of the closest wood.
I think both the maps were really bad. Houkka's was a little bit worse, but we can't just sit here arguing over forests all day.
No. It was fine.
Get on with this.
It's fine.
Admin re no, regular re he probably should have. We should probably remove. He has that opportunity.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, like. Puts me a little bit down now that, like, honestly, that actually is that it's put completely on the map is, I don't know.
No. There's some other things as well that both of you did right and both of you did wrong. That led.
I feel like you were seriously dominant though, especially with the rating. Houkka got like 1 lake having your base the whole time. You definitely did better, and I think we should just move on.
Yeah.
Nothing we can do about the last game. You did better. Good job.
Yeah.
Take a break if you need to. Don't forget that.
Yeah. I'm gonna go make dinner.
Yeah, make dinner. And I'm going to prepare for the next match. And thanks for casting. Have fun with the next one. I hope that we still put on games. And I will do my very best to present you games. I actually reached my goal now. I took a map out of Houkka, and that was everything I actually wanted, to be honest.
Okay, well, I mean, that is pretty good actually. I mean, it's like Houkka is a very, very, very hard opponent here. And but I think he wasn't really holding back in this case. He was just having such a crappy position and probably the wrong civ for this kind of map against you. So it was a long grindy game, and I think after you have refreshed a little bit and got your mindsets pulled together again, I think the next game will be quite interesting as well. And do you know already which maps could be, or what will be the map choice?
It's Houkka's choice. So it will be either Nomad, or it will be Acropolis, exactly. So I'm going to drop out. You guys have fun casting. Thanks for doing this, and thanks for jumping in. And
Angel Faust actually showed up in the middle of the game, asking also if he would be able to stream, and becoming the best would also be able to.
Everyone can stream it. Everyone can stream it. There's no exclusivity there. Stream it. The more people know about it, the better.
I was actually
and
talking about casting here.
Yeah.
They were both offering to cast these games. I'm not quite sure. I think we should, it's like right now, I feel quite well, and I feel like since I have still a lot of years left here,
Chuck,
so
that's up to you. Like, that's up to you whether you want more core casters or whether you're fine with Nerd. I think you're
I
doing
mean,
perfectly fine with Nerd. And if Becoming the Best and Angel Faust want to cast, they can also do it separately on their streams. And then that would also be perfectly acceptable. Like, everything is fine. I would leave the casting management now up to you because I think you're more than capable of handling this.
Okay, thanks a lot for the compliment. Anyways, thanks very much. And Nerd is actually doing also a very, very, very good job because he's trying to keep it technical and keep the game side always up. So I think that's quite interesting for the people. We had a high of 23 viewers actually in this stream today. So that's what your tournament actually did. So thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity, and it was just awesome so far. And I'm really looking forward to the next game, and I'm almost very sure that and I think the next performance will be quite different. And as soon as you had a little bit of a break to calm down, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Totally, and it's very interesting.
I see, and I'll see you in a few minutes.
Alrighty, so
it's gonna be Acropolis, I think.
Hey, sorry. I like stop the talk.
Okay.
I don't want to hear anything. Diffid man, it was not cool.
What? Yeah, okay, sorry. Okay, yeah. The thing is, what you said, like both me and
It's fine, but like Baradin and Nerd can also correct me there. And I just saw it as I saw it, And I don't have an overview over the map, and I thought my one is terrible. And I just actually, like, honestly, in the end, I just realized that I have wood in the map.
You shouldn't have lashed or jumped onto Baradin like that.
Yeah.
Diminish his
But
performance there.
no,
He
like,
played better.
it's fine now.
You did very well. You did very well there, Baradin. But I just wanted to point out when you said that your
Woodline was as bad, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
As bad.
Yeah, okay, so number taken, I just wanted, because you also said earlier to Bavarian, you shouldn't do that. Like, this is probably also something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Houkka,
I just
2-3 minutes and we
Nerd
continue?
and Chuck didn't point
Yep,
out.
let's continue.
2-3 minutes, and then I'm just going to take a bit of fresh air and then I'm...
Yeah, sure.
So, sorry folks, but I don't know, I had to get it out because I think this is something like in a tournament series that is, we all get used to it. It's the first tournament in Age of Empires here in our crowd, so there's no negativity around, there's no trying to get into somebody's head. It's more like mistakes, and I know Xilfid, he's a very fair guy, I like him very much. And I think this is exactly why I went over and told him this, because I know he can take it, and he is somebody that I think is just so sane in his mind that he's not freaking out and being sensitive about stuff like this. So no drama here. Drama has been stopped, and we are going to continue in 2 to 3 minutes when I just took a bit of fresh air and so Houkka can choose whether he wants Nomad or Acropolis, and I'm coming back in. See you. Okay, folks, we are back, and sorry I didn't put even music. That's there, pro streamer on way. But there we go, and Houkka gets invited, and I can relax now. I didn't calculate with coming into the finals in my own tournament anyway, and I also would be happy to cast it. So whatever the outcome of the next matches are, I'm happy with it, as long as I don't kill 2 balls with C or something like that. That'd be good. But that won't happen. We do the Acropolis. I like the Acropolis because on Acropolis I will definitely go for the Mongol. So he has Bulgarians. I think he will go Cumans, just because like the Cumans is the logical choice to be in the situation that you can choose put second TC down. You can go for the aggression with scouts, or you can opt just boom safely with wood at your hand, and the monk don't have there. So I think he's going Cumans, and they also have step lenses, but so do the Mongols, and they have the famous Kipchak. And I don't know. Let's check something first before we go here. The humans. Kipchak has base range. Elite Kipchak has base range 4. Mongol Elite Mangudai has a base range as well of 4. And they both are quite similar. And you'd never want to lose them, and you won't ever lose. You play it correctly. So we gotta think about something, as those are very similar assists. We gotta think about something. Maybe the choice to go Step Lancers is the right one here. But we will see. We will put up a game, and there is overlay. Choice. And the chat goes down. And I thank everyone for staying, and I thank everyone for following, supporting. Hi Kikitofu, by the way. I hope I got it as well. And hi Lupakal, and hi everyone watching. As expected. Found it. So, ready. There's the hunt. So I have a lucky map. Not gonna lie. I have a lucky map with the hunt at least. Going to mill just here. Have some fun here. There's also the second ball. We found our sheep. We found our sheep already. So we can actually look for the extra hunt, because many people don't go for the extra hunt that Acropolis actually provides. And Acropolis is having some extra balls here, and we don't go too far with it. Oh, a little bit of idle time there. Going 3 there, 3 on wood. next one goes to the board and the ship. Oh, I expected a little bit of a better wood line. Well, it's Acropolis. There are no good wood lines. That's odd. Yeah. I found the extra. No, there's just some extra hunt, not the extra. Ah, yeah, we went. Of course, we went one villager earlier. Yeah, Baradin knowing his build orders. Right. And this one goes to build the mill. We want the mill. Actually, I should have drawn in this ball here to just be able to do it all at the mill. And by the way, Houkka hates. He absolutely hates the Mongols to play against them. So this is also something going for me. I have to tear down the chat. I'm sorry. Nobody wrote it yet. And this has to... Hey! Good. Was close. Oh no! Ah, that's a blunder. Ah, because I went for the mill. Like, I changed just a little bit, and if you change a little bit of habit, it's really so annoying. Ay, 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 ay. There are 2 extra balls. Aye. The Dark Age, not perfect at all. No extreme disasters, but just up. Then the 17 pop up. Barracks there. It's also big. Yeah. Take it down here. Boy. Yep. Because we can. Some more wood. Alright, so there's one woodline here. Well, we go scouts anyway, so it's not the end of the world, but it's not like... I'm thinking, should I go down here? Actually, to wool, to do the wood there and to do the mill there. Yeah, I think he is up with like 1 or 2 more, and right there. And
захир
just
барилгачин
okay, this
Анчин. Зүйтэй болгоо. Зүйтэй. Анчин.
амар миндүү
Бэлэн байна.
анчин
Захир. Анчин. Амар минь бэлэн байна. Анчин.
тийм үү
Тийм үү? Анчин.
захир зүйтэй барилгачин амар миндүү анчин
question is it's the second TC there. Or where is it? Oh, it's over there.
бэлэн байна тийм үү зүйтэй мотчин
Бэлэн байна.
мотчин
Definitely want the TC there.
Тийм үү?
I'm nearly gone.
Анчин.
What? There's up there. Okay.
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Барилгачин.
захир тийм ээ амтан
Захир.
жижигч
Уурхачин.
бэлэн байна
Болбоо. Мотчин.
Yeah, second 2 TCs just make your
Амтэн дижэгч.
амар миндүү
castle
барилгачин
so much, your feudal legend so much safer. One we can take.
Захир. Мотчин. Барилгачин. Барилгачин. Тийм үү? Барилгачин. Амар минь шүү. Тийм ээ. Мотчин.
That was obviously not great. I actually thought I sent them out. Going? Going?
тийм үү барилгачин
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин. Амар минь дүү. Барилгачин.
Oh! No! Okay, we can't use the scouts anymore for attacking. So we won't use them for attacking.
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин.
амар миндүү
Захир. Би болбоо. Барилгачин. Тийм үү? Зүйтэй. Барилгачин. Амар минь дүү. За. Би болбоо. Тийм би болбоо. Барилгачин. Тийм үү? Амтэн дижэгч. Мотчин.
Yeah. Okay.
Бэлэн байна. Уурхачин.
тийм үү бэлэн барилгачин захир хачин
Do I not have the building on?
тийм үү
Oh. Blunder!
Захир. Барилгачин.
захир уурхачин
Yeah. Building. Save. Go and stop plants. King. now. Doink.
Bitten bad.
I'm definitely far behind on villagers.
أمر من دو.
Shall I go for like that? You think I go for stone? Go for stone now. And actually, I think I will do even a TC. I think I should do a TC here. This here. Ah yeah. Okay, there's his wood. And I think I also do a stable. And I am the better post imsive. But he's the better castle exif by far. And actually all this part here is his time to shine. I will do a TC here and let's do TCs here. I think we should actually evade him a little bit. Go around, go there. Exactly what to do. Expand on this side where he isn't. And also obviously expand here. Be a fresh scout.
أمر من دو.
Let's just do the wall up. Yeah, I don't want the attack upgrade first. There is no TC down here. He is still in feudal age, which is to be expected. Was a camel in between? Happens. Maybe I shouldn't show him. Maybe I shouldn't show him. I don't want to show him quite yet. This is not a great TC for farming. Let's get eco up. Focus on this. And also houses. And if we don't have... Yeah. And we shouldn't have done this, we should first... do... Oh, they don't do much.
Бэлэн байна.
Тийм
Тиймээ.
барилгачин амар мэндүү. Бэлэн байна. Амар мэндүү.
Come on.
Захир.
Амар мэндүү. Барилгачин.
Хөдөөж хүмэлэгч. Барилгачин.
He's also going step lances, but on my step lances better. 9 plus 1, 0 plus 2 in the defense. 10 plus 2. Maybe a bit. I have a bit much on the in the gold department. The Kipchak. Going for the Kipchak. So we gotta prepare for this, because one time those bad boys are on, this is going to be a rough ride, and we definitely want castles to protect our economy.
Бэлэн байна. Барилгачин. Тийм үү? Барилгачин.
Have too much, yeah.
Барилгачин. Амар барилгачин.
Бэлэн байна. Тийм үү?
1,000 gold. Against the step plant. Oh, he just ported through the villager, that's cool. Also wanna be able to do that.
Бэлэн байна. Тийм үү? Бэлэн байна. Би болохоо юм.
Now I have to. And I will lose everyone, yay! Yeah, at least the monk is dead. It's fake piety.
Амар мэндүү.
Тийм үү? Бэлэн байна. Би болгоё. Барилгачин. Тийм үү? Барилгачин.
Захир.
Honestly, I actually want to go for some siege.
Барилгачин.
Up. Let's go.
Модчин.
Oh boy.
Барилгачин.
Am I so slow? Doesn't actually look like. Yeah, that was a good engage. Okay.
Барилгачин.
Oh. It's not planned. So let's go for the next stone. It's this.
Барилгачин. Амар мэндүү. Тийм ээ. За би болгоё. Зүйтэй. Барилгачин.
Good, some pigs there. Don't want to take this fight because he has the better position up the hill there, it seems. No, he has also the elite step lance, so we really don't want to fight this. We lack a bit of farming space here, so like the TCs we have chosen are actually a bad choice because just don't really know where we can farm now. Am I assuming correctly? Yeah, plus 30% hit points. A little bit of... Yeah.
Амар мэндүү.
Амар мэндүү. Уурхачин.
We'll just go and destroy DCs now. This Drain Havoc. He is fully upgraded. I just have to take those losses. And I'm not set up actually, like my eco is really bad in that regard. What we need? Yeah, I cannot let him destroy everything here. Yeah. He has the numbers, he has the eco, this is going to be GG in not such a long time. I have 76 wills, 10 of those are idle. And I don't really see a way back. My food eco has been lacking all game long. It just has to... Yeah, it is GG. Try a bit longer. But it is GG, I don't know how I could pull this off now. I think the TC placement was actually what cost me the game here. I never had plays to do any food eco here. There was really bad placement by me, and I need the food to produce, because actually I think my step lancers are better, but he just has the numbers, and that was really what made all the difference here.
Бидэн байна. Хүлээчгүй эрхлэгч. Амар мэдээчгүй эрхлэгч байна. Хүлээчгүй эрхлэгч. Тийм үү? Амар мэдээ эрхлэгч.
Going for the Kipchucks now, making the change of the units, and beat. Oh god. Yeah. Pretty straightforward. And he was just outproducing me because this cumin boom was basically the end there, and he even had the stone miners there. Just a second. Yes, man. Yeah, GG. Well played. This is 3-1. Basically, it has been an outproduction, and I failed to have sufficient food to really do. Like, this base layout is far superior to this base layout, so he took like all the wood in his base to actually have the farming space that he could then secure. And I didn't have the farming space, and thus he was also super early imp. And I don't know whether I went extremely wrong in the beginning. But look at this, he has 80 army, I had 37, so this is over. There's 5,000 more food collected, the rest, like gold and stone as well, much better. And villager high 122. And you can see here in feudal, this is the feudal boom, and this is the power of the feudal boom, where I cannot really do much about it. I can just try to go fast castle. On Acropolis, that's really difficult, and yeah, so I don't know whether I would have paid off to go fast castle here and to turtle a little bit. And I thought actually I surprise him with going step lancers. I didn't really calculate with him going step lancers himself. And I still think that Mongol step lancers should be better with the 30% HP. But it is just the numbers and the production and the eco there that got me. And I never got really to the food eco I desperately needed. So that was basically the sum up, and yeah, now I can this needs to spend wood, yeah, and no farm space on this map, so you have to control parts of the map. Assets and bank survivalist. And well, GG. Houkka.
Baradin?
Yes?
This is your friendly becoming the best. Friendly neighborhood becoming the best. Chuck asked if you could join for after game interview.
Give me a second, I also. I'm
Just wanted
coming.
to inform you.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
leaving you. Yeah,
Thanks.
good games, man. Well played. Really well played.
Yeah, so you want better staying 1 TC versus humans with better tech. But can you stay 1 TC against like on Acropolis? I mean, yeah, probably then you should control area with castles. But yeah, like the base layout of Hookah and the that I should do an attack first. Okay. I felt like in feudal I cannot do so much because he just has those spears. And maybe I should have gone for archers instead. So you would have to switch. Yeah, it was two wills, so it doesn't make a big difference. And you saw, like, the timeline showed that it was really that cumin boom that made a huge difference. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the interview and let's admit our defeat there. Houkka has to come as well, by the way. He has to be interviewed as well. That's the burden of the winner. Like, if you want to win, you have to be interviewed. Gotta take this. All right. Hello.
Hello, Baradin. Good game, good game. Was very, very interesting with... Just a second, I have to mute the channel here. I think this game was quite interesting because of the similarities of the civs here, and it was just so close for Houkka to get up earlier than you, and I was like not rooting for anybody, just watching the game. You being chased around, Houkka being chased around. It was just fun to watch, and actually a very good game. Thanks a lot for playing, and thanks a lot for this tournament.
You're welcome. Thank you for the kind words. And well, the game felt obviously quite less challenged than the last one, but still think Houkka is going to be a great matchup against Xilfit, and we're going to have very interesting, not a clash of styles there, but like who is actually, I think, better in execution is going to be, because the styles seem to me very similar.
Exactly, I think so as well. And I think just Houkka has more game hours, more knowledge, and I think it was quite brave to stand against him. And you were faring very well, Baradin. What do you say, Houkka, about that?
Yeah, I certainly managed to come out on top numerous occasions on that hideout map with his mangonel micro. It was nice. I probably threw that a bit there, but yeah, early game was on the Arabia was pretty scary as well. I expected the scouts, but he just went for the boom as I expected he would, since I was fully old.
Personally brought out also your personalities and how much I cherish you both guys as a person, without doing any butt kissing. But I think personally the sensitivity of Baradin is a very, very important trait in life. Many people are missing, and that is actually a great trait in life and in the game as well. And as a caster, you're or as a streamer, you're in the perfect spot with this trait. And I also mentioned like Hookah's courtesy. It's like being able to dose his own performance, and that brought that third game out actually a little bit, I think, of not like fully going total Monty, and actually giving little bit of a courtesy to a great streamer, to a great gamer, Baradin. Houkka knowing that he is doing awesome. I'm finished.
Yeah, I was expecting to actually lose this series, but guess I got a bit lucky there with my mind games, or I don't know
It
what
kind of
was
seemed
the deciding factor there, but
it kind of seemed like you planned it out, Hookah, because you answered your map picks really quick, and I actually think Baradin got a random pick on the Civ draft, so it seems like you had a plan and Baradin didn't. So, did you have a plan?
well, you might not like the answer. Yeah, I did have a small plan, but I have to be honest, I kind of after the few first Civ picks, I kind of just thought about diversifying the Civ pool, even though I wasn't necessarily the most comfortable with the Civs I chose, so it ended up working somehow.
I have to say, like for this whole tournament, I mean, awesome tournament, awesome players. Everybody did very well, and everybody performed well. You know, like to a certain to their levels. You know, and hey Samker, how you doing? Anyways, what I was missing a little bit in this tournament, the kind of safe map picks. Personally, I would have maybe for this kind of tournament, also would have liked to seen some water maps a little bit, just to have a diversified unit composition and a broader span of what is possible. So like more water maps maybe for the next tournament, or like a rule that you have to at least pick one, just to make it a little bit harder for some people, and more interesting for the viewers would be a choice.
Yeah, definitely would be. We could figure it out whether we want that or not. For some, your co-cast, for example, buys water maps with a passion. So, water maps are very, they are very different. So they would definitely diversify map pool a little bit more. On the other hand, it is probably also some can drag, but it can be definitely be interesting games. It is just another playstyle that we didn't add yet. I'm actually interested if we could see tomorrow, but I guess that Hookah will ban it on the Regicide Fortress map, which we didn't see until now. So there's still something on the back line that we could see, but probably Hookah facing Sylphid and his cheekiness would say. So, see.
Anything can happen.
I'm actually looking so much forward to those games tomorrow. It's like this is going to be interesting. Actually, we have some secret bets going on in our chat here. And I'm not going to tell you who betted on who, but we have our favorites, and some people are rooting for Xilfit, some people are rooting for Hookah. So we are all very, very, very excited to see those games tomorrow, and hopefully they're not going to be exclusive as well. And I can also bring them out to my stream, and people will probably love that. Because our audiences are kind of a little bit different meanwhile. And I think that would be just a great addition to the regular gaming I'm doing, and chat is also cheering already about that. You know, they're like really hyped for this tournament, and I think you did a great job. And you inspire, Baradin. You inspire me and my moderators, basically Hadiraya. The Xilfit, like the semifinal between Xilfit and Barbarian, went to Xilfit, yes. And you actually inspired us, so maybe Hadiraya and me are going to organize in the coming future. I don't want to put exact dates or exact timings, but maybe to do a low elo tournament, you know, like for 800 players or so, or people around 800, and maybe shorter games, you know, like not best of 5, but best of 3 through all the tournaments, just to keep it fresh and going. So you're inspiring us. Thank you, Baradin, for being also a very, very important corner post. Actually, both of you are of our community, and thanks a lot for everything what you have done for us so far.
Thank you very much for the very kind words, and I can just motivate you to go ahead with that plan. It's cool. Well, it's a lot of work, but in the end. So yeah, I'm going to add it to the general channel. You can wrap up your cast. I thank you very much for doing it. Thank you again, especially also Nerd, who also said yesterday that you could maybe just come in and already today was casting together with Chuck Rambo, who they never casted together, guys. I give them quite some credit for the work that they did. And I thank you very much for joining in. And tomorrow are going to be the finals at 18 Central European, which is 16 GMT, and will be casted on different channels. My channel, Chuck Rambo's channel, obviously as well, and other people's who want to cast it and cast off as well. See you tomorrow, shortly before 16 GMT, 18 European. Have a good one.
Thanks a lot, man.
So, after that one, you see I updated the scores here. Silphid going 3-1 in an awesome series, honestly. Very hard fought in... Oops, that was not what I wanted to go for. I actually just go for music. Yeah. This one. In a very hard fought series against a very Baradin. Would you please? Thank you. Baradin doing very great in the first game and did have very well taken it. If maybe a little bit more experience in the Imperial Age comes in and some mistakes done, were not done, like the missing switch there. And Houkka versus Baradin, Houkka taking it, very well deserved, 3-1. I'm happy that I... Oh yeah, this is out. Okay, Houkka taking it 3-1. And happy to have brought home one of my home maps, and the last one was mainly an economical decision, and I also learned a lot. I don't play so much against the humans, that is something how to deal with this 2TC feudal, and in the beginning a lot of mistakes were made, and from mistakes you can always learn. So I thank also for every criticism. I thank for all the nice words that you put out there. Also from players who clearly know and who are also clearly better, like for example Survivalist, and I also had the feeling that we had some others in the chat who are actually better. For example, also Randy Morrison being quite on the same level, and I hope that during some games you didn't actually lose too many hairs with, like in German it's say, Haare raufen. I obviously did that in the past very well. So, yeah, I don't know. Actually, I think I'm going to wrap it up just here. We're going to see each other tomorrow at 16 GMT, and I wish you guys very, very nice evening. And now, with Face, that's a very nice evening. Thanks for staying around. Thanks for motivating me. Thanks for staying with me. Also, when the odds are against me. And I wish you the very best. And I'm going to host someone who is, at the moment, being on with this game. Who do we have? Well, Chuck Rambo, obviously. He got recently hosted by me. Looks like it's Viper.